Good morning, Breakfast Clubbers!
Good morning.
Good morning, Ernie.
We're going to go ahead and get right into it. I want to share with you guys a perspective that has built up over years. And I've been doing this, Donna and I have been doing this since '88. And it's very clear to me what has been happening. The last 2 weeks, I've been kind of in a funk. You know, I'm going, they're putting some more stuff in the water or something. Because Ernie's usually all kinds of positive about everything. And I'm just, and it's starting to, for the first time in the last couple of days, you know, my sleep has not been, me and sleep are buddies. Donna will tell you, I'm just like, I go to bed pretty easy. All the things that I had anticipated in the early 90s when she and I first became aware of all the lawsuits and all the stuff that we've been doing, I anticipated that we would be where we were like 2 years ago. It wasn't going to happen until about 2014, 2016 or something. I just had it in my head. Because I knew the demographics. I knew that there was going to be, the baby boomers were going to be retiring in 10, you know, about now and so on, maybe last year and so on. And that wave was going to start, I don't know, getting, my mindset was they were going to be getting out of mainstream society and just be retired. Once they retired, started pulling their pensions, doing all that, they're, hey man, you know, we're chilling in Key West or Arizona or something. And then the rest of us would have to, you know, clean up the mess or left with this debt and, you know, whatever would happen. And I thought it'd be about now that we just start getting to that. What I did not anticipate was a long-term orchestrated effort that was planned to take as much money as possible from the enormous wealth that is the United States. When would you do that? If you were going to take all of the money, at what point would you do that? You would do it when the money pile was at its highest. When is that? Before the baby boomers start retiring and start pulling out on their pension funds, before they start taking out of Social Security, before they start, well, Social Security is already spent, you know. But, so I'm just like, I'm going, okay, if they're going to do it, now it's pretty... Go ahead and provide Frank with half of your tickets and we'll keep it down. Now, so what happens, I'm going, okay, so we have this big giant pile. Would they wait a couple of years from now after they start diminishing that pile? No, they want to get it right at the peak. When it was the most money that they could get, that's when they were going to do it. Well, they did it. This is the biggest bank robbery there ever was. And it's continuing. They're keeping their more stimulus stuff, more spending, more whatever they need to do, and they're putting it on these kids. That's why we did last year, we did the It's Not My Debt billboards and so on. I understood what was happening. They're taking, again, not only did they take everything they got now, they're going to take from the future and turn them into slaves. Obvious slaves. So I'm going, all right, you know, there's a lot of things that come into line that, you know, require them, the king getting control of the subjects. You know, this is, you know, we need, hi. Hey, how you doing, guys? Yep, you are. In the late 90s, Russell Pierce was director of the Department of Motor Vehicles. He came from law enforcement. I don't know, he was in the Sheriff's Department, Mesa, something. He was, you know, had a gun. He goes in to be director of the Department of Motor Vehicles. Now, remember in the late 90s, there was a big controversy over them turning your driver's license number into, which was a random state number, de la whatever, into your Social Security number. And they went, oh heck no. No, 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 no. Well, finally what they did is they said, you know, all right, well, we'll get you back to you. Now he showed on your card, I think, not even a year or something, people freaked out. And they go, all right, well, we'll go back to an Arizona number. But the numbers were this tied. Your Social Security number and your Arizona driver's license number were linked. They were the same. So I'm going, okay, I remember this. Is everybody done? This is very distracting, man. It's hard to do. So,
Well, I'll leave if you want me to.
no, I mean, don't even start with me, Russ. So, what happens is we have a mechanism by which they started in Arizona over 10 years ago that they are going to be able to track us. And I'm going, all right, on a federal level, we're kind of reciprocity. I know we're feeding them the data. Then Russell Pierce becomes a legislator. In 2003, I had him on my show when they did Prop 200, the initiative that was the immigration thing. What they did is they said, we're going to deny benefits to anyone that's not an Arizona or a U.S. citizen. And that was my first clue. I'm going, why is it U.S. citizen? Why isn't Arizona resident or legally in Arizona? Or so why are you taking a state legislation and tying us to the federal government? The last paragraph in Prop 200, I had them on the radio. I had Rusty Childress of Childress Buick, Henry Esparza was their token Hispanic, and Russell Pierce. For 2 hours we're in there, we're going at it, morning show in Scottsdale when I was at KXAM. And I go, okay, explain it to me. How is it that we are federalizing this? Because the only way you could tell if someone was a U.S. citizen was you didn't check a state database, you checked a national database. What information feeds into the national database? Do you have birth certificates, school records? I mean, exactly how much is they used to say in the 50s and 60s, I'll go on your permanent record. Well, we knew that was BS then. It's not anymore. So I'm going, all right, the last paragraph said, any interface with the state of Arizona, you must produce a state ID, including, and even was specific, even a Arizona state driver's license must have been cleared with the federal government as you being a U.S. citizen or something like that. And I'm going, how is this not national ID? No, that's not, all right, fine, I can see where this is going. So with Prop 200, they already had what they're talking about now. They already had it. If an illegal immigrant came up and said, I want welfare, that's what Prop 200 is about. You don't qualify for these entitlements unless you have your state ID that, whatever. And I go, didn't they already have this? And so when they do the SB1070, I'm going, all right, where in there does it have anybody on the border? Where's the troops? Where's the line? Where's the, because you already had citizens wanting to do it. You already had the Minutemen thing. You had all the hoopla going on. But it doesn't mention one single syllable about the border. And I'm like, why? So I'm already kind of jaded going into this thing. I know there's something going on. A gentleman I know, he is a IT guy, computer geek, whatever, that grew up in Utah. So he's already kind of exposed to conspiratorial federal government kind of whatever. Goes to college, becomes a computer guy. He's in Pennsylvania doing the IT work for the state of Pennsylvania, and all that he was doing was taking all the data that the state had and create it in a standardized format that would transmit that data to the federal government. This is in the mid-90s, early 90s. And he's going, oh, I see what I'm doing. I'm creating, it's just like all these mortgages, they want them standardized and so on so they can consolidate them and do whatever. Here's the form. Your state must run your state this way for your state like all the other states because we said, no, by the way, now it's easier for us to go in our database. Okay? So I'm like, so he has been, one of the people that's, given me some lineage on this and how this has been coming to pass. Well, Arizona's doing the same thing too. Heck, it's in the front lines. I mean, we had Arpaio coming from the DEA. We had Jan Napolitano, U.S. Attorney's Office, when she was a scumbag criminal defense attorney for crooked legislators out of the ASCAM thing in the early 90s. She was Alan Stevens' criminal defense attorney when he was caught on tape taking a $4,000 bribe.